what should employers be looking for now? Or from your perspective, what are the traits that we should be focusing on when we're looking for people that are more customer service minded in the environment today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the biggest shifts is you really do need people who are definitely that kind of high in conscientiousness, right? They're going to do things like following safety protocols and making sure that their coworkers and that their guests do as well in as polite of a way as possible, right? So you're going to see a shift in needing people who are, this is almost like the middle land, I feel like, because you don't want a lot of extremes on some of these personality dimensions, whereas before you may have, maybe with the possible exception of conscientiousness, where maybe those perfectionists aren't looking so bad right now. But you want people who are like, take the dimension of emotional stability, who can handle a little bit higher levels of stress for sure. But you also, again, don't want someone who's so high that they're unable to like notice when things are off, right? And that they're able to adapt to that. So I think that some of the key things are, look, people are worried about their safety and health. And you also are going to have some people who have been cooped up for a year who are like finally ready to get out. And you have people who are done with COVID protocols, right? So you're going to have some people who do not want to wear a mask. You are going to have some people who don't want to follow your safety protocols, right? And so it's this balance between those people who are still going to be very safety cautious, and then people who are going to be like wanting a free for all, especially like, I'm on vacation finally for the first time. So this makes it super easy for your industry, of course. But I think that what you're looking for is someone who's not crazy high in agreeableness, first of all, because they're going to be difficult situations that they're going to have to cope with and they're going to have to navigate, right? And how do you politely but firmly tell someone, I'm sorry, you can't go in there if you're not wearing a mask, or you have to stay, the chair, you can't move that chair that's bolted down because it has to be there for safety reasons, right? So there will be things like that, as well as the people who are just going to make sure that the things get done and they get done right for the safety of their patrons and for their organization.
Yeah, I have this vision in my head that I can't shake about some young person, first time in the industry, making $15 an hour on the front line and just getting berated, because all they're doing is they're doing their job. They're upholding a company rule, and they just happen to be the one telling a guest that they have to put a mask on or whatever, don't move the chair. And they get the brunt of all of that frustration. And they have to, you gotta be able to bounce back. You have to, there's so much on the back end, right, of managing that.
Correct.
That team member.
And I think it's, this is where the combination of hire people who are definitely a little robust, but also training. Like, this is where I say that kind of what we call modeling. Like, you need to have practice sessions where you scream at that person and teach them how to deal with it. And nobody's going to like that, right? It sounds ridiculous. If I say, all right, Adam, we're going to have a practice session. I'm going to be this customer who comes in. I'm going to yell at you for 10 minutes. And you have to react to it, right? But that's the kind of training people need.
And it's a safe space.
And it's a safe space.
And it's still awful. Yeah.
Exactly. But that's kind of training that I think, beyond even just what do we hire for? How do we train people to deal with that? And we shouldn't shy away from it. And I think we do. Like, we don't want to scare people away, for sure. But they're going to be a heck of a lot better if they've been trained to do that in a safe space than if they haven't.